Look, Akron are a fantastic team. They're the reason. There's a reason they're the best team in the league. And last time out, we weren't exactly thrilled with, our performance, and so this time around, we wanted to take a different approach and try to go after them a little bit more. And I'm really proud of the effort from our team. I thought we created enough where. Had we had a little bit more quality, I think it would have been could have been a different game. But Akron shows their quality, and the moments where you give them a little bit of space, those kids are going to punish you. They're fantastic. They're so well coached. They're so organized. They don't really give you many opportunities. So when you do get the opportunities, you just really have to take them. And so, yeah, Jared and that staff has done a fantastic job. Credit to those guys because there's just quality all over the place. Those guys don't really make many mistakes. And when you have a kid like Yaskalainen up front that'll finish just about anything, that's going to take your team pretty far. So I'm excited to see, what they can do for the rest of the tournament. And then obviously in the national tournament, I think they can really make a big statement for our league.
With Emil, were you familiar with him at Long Island? You guys seen him play?
No, we had never played them before. Hadn't seen him. Yeah.
As far as seeing him now twice, what makes him a special player?
He's that finisher in the box that everybody's looking for. He can score with his head. He can finish with both feet. He has the quality that everybody in the country is looking for, right? And when you have guys around you that can put the ball in great spots for him, and he's intelligent with his movement as well. He's physical. He's a really intelligent player. And so you may try to stop him one way, but he's great off service, or you may stop him off service, but then if they pick a ball up off a counterattack, he's running off your back shoulder and he can score in transition. So he's an extremely intelligent, technical player that has a ton of quality to him. And it seems like he has a great demeanor about him as well. He doesn't seem to be very easy to kind of ruffle his feathers or anything. He just kind of stays even keel the whole time, and knows that he's going to get his moments to score.
With Malik Henry and Dyson Clepier, two guys that got drafted.
Yeah.
They decided to come back.
Yeah,
As
of
an
course.
opposing coach, you're probably like, no, go pro.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
just you got to respect the fact that they decided to come back.
Definitely.
What do you think of what they bring to this team?
Yeah, Malik is one of the quickest players that you're going to come across in all of college soccer. Those two guys, they're guys that you talk about in your scout of, and they offer completely different things. So it's not like, whatever the strategy is on one of them, it's the same on the other one, because Dyson's so technical, can come in on his right foot and hit any pass, that he wants to on the field. And Malik, if you give him any space, he's going to be able to pick up speed and go around you. And he also showed his quality of shifting it over to his left foot to find Yaskalainen on the cross as well. So yeah, having those two guys come back and play, another year for you, it definitely, bodes well for those guys. But for us, I think it gives us great experience because they're all going up against those two guys who have been drafted are going up against like first-year players for us. And so our kid Nolan McGuire going up against Dyson Claypier, it's a great matchup for him and a great experience for him to learn and to see what the quality is. And I thought Nolan did really well on him. And our guy Ryan Thomas, who's first year in Division I soccer, I thought he did pretty well with Malik as well. So it's great experience for our guys. We have a young group and a lot of guys, it's their first time really starting and carrying the minutes for us. So for us to be in this position and kind of, trying to go toe-to-toe with these guys, I'm excited for, what's to come for our program too.
For you guys, you got 3-0. That goal by Logan.
Yeah.
Just how much does that help, as the season comes to an end where hey, we didn't get shut out 3-0, we're still fighting, we're still making things happen?
For sure. Our group always, we're naive enough to always believe, because there have been several games, in early on in the season where we were able to score like 3 goals really late. So we knew if we could just get one within, 15 minutes, like we have enough juice that we can go score 2 more. And so once we got the one, it was like, all right, cool, we cracked the code. Now let's continue to push forward and see what we can do. And unfortunately, we couldn't get a second. But credit to our guys for continuing to fight and scrap and battle and continuing to believe. That's what I love about our team. Like, we don't really give up. Even if there's 30 seconds on the clock and we're 2 goals down, like, we're still going to keep going. It's just a fun group to coach.
Did you feel, we talked on Thursday, did you feel that this being the first time you coach it in the Big East tournament, you learned stuff that you can bring back, the guys learned stuff that they can bring back for off season and really make a even maybe a bigger push next year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's when you get to this point, we were talking about earlier, it just kind of makes you hungry for more. And it just continues to show the guys like, okay, like what we did was enough to get here, but can we do more throughout the season? Next year, can we do more in the off season to get ourselves in a position where maybe we're into a higher seed? Maybe we can go get a home game next year. And I think that will be the goal for us next year, is to really do our work in the off season and in the regular season next year. Because I think we left some points on the table in a couple of games that we were disappointed with. And I think like going through those experiences, you can either let it, hurt you and let it kind of make you kind of go sour about it, or you can let it, affect you in a positive way. And we always find growth in different ways. And every new game is something different for us. So I'm super excited that our guys have, tasted it and have seen it. And I can see a bitterness in their faces. And I know they want more I know they wish they would have played a little bit better tonight. But I can't ask them to do anything more from an effort standpoint. They gave everything. They did everything they could. Just excited to get back next year.
And then an opportunity to talk about Noe Hernandez.
Yeah.
What did you see from him today? And I mean, he's a young player.
He is.
That he can take from tonight to push for next year.
For sure. I mean, we challenged him kind of all year to take up a greater role within the team and not just be kind of an underclassman as part of a team. Like, it doesn't matter how young you are. If you have that kind of quality, like, you need to step up and be the guy. And he has been that guy for us all year long. Every single game, he stepped up and made plays, whether it's getting assists, getting goals. Tonight, he had a few key passes that, could have ended up in goals. And I think you could see in the broadcast that, like, he was getting into some dangerous spots. And when he gets the ball in space, like, he can hurt you. And so we asked him to play a slightly different role tonight, in a slightly different formation, and I thought he did pretty well with it. I thought we could have found him a little bit more. Unfortunately, just Akron's kind of repress was all over us, so we couldn't exactly find him as much as we could, but I'm assuming that was part of their game plan as well. It's like, if you can stop Noe, then that limits our attack.
And then I guess last, Santiago Davila just being his last game in a DePaul uniform. He had eligibility left.
Potentially does have one more year about.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
But you can still
Yeah.
talk about him in case it is.
Yeah.
You talked to me about his story of what we don't see in college athletics anymore.
Yeah.
And the ride it out until it's your turn.
No, he's an amazing kid, and I think, like, a lot of young kids stepping into college could really learn a lot from him, because he wasn't the guy that just like, oh, I'm not playing, I'm going to transfer. He's a guy that, always had great conversations with us and kind of understood his role within the team, and that was to really push our starter for the last 3 years. And he continued to close the gap, and by the time it was last year, there wasn't really a big difference between the two of them. And for him to be super patient and wait for his moment to now step out, and now he can shine this year, I'm super proud of him, and I think it's an amazing thing. It's a testament to, I think, our program, that he wanted to stay, that he wasn't that unhappy that if he wasn't playing, that it stunk to play for DePaul. I think it goes to show, like, that we have a great program, and it's a great place to be, whether you're playing or not. And certainly it's a challenging program where he could see the light at the end of the tunnel, and now he gets to experience something that other kids in our program haven't experienced in several years, which was playing in playoffs.